Good evening, ladies as well as gentlemen. Papa Boris here with some more Hearthstone Arena action. Here the choice is an easy one. I have fewer Druid videos than either of the other two classes, and Druid has been the farthest back. So let's go ahead and grab Malfurion here and start this run. Oh my goodness. Well, some people are going to be very, very happy here because the clear pick is Sunwalker, a card I probably don't take as often as I should. Don't like either of these two expensive cards here, so we'll take the Argent Squire. Very, very good one-drop. Always an irritation for your opponent to deal with. And here, I don't think I'm going to take a Goldshire Footman, so it's between this Panther, which I'm still not a particularly big fan of, or the Mark of the Wild. We'll try the Mark of the Wild, just because I don't like that Panther very much. Swipe! Easy choice there. Fantastic removal spell. Thank goodness I finally got one of those. Frostwolf Warlord, I'm liking less and less as time goes by. I mean, I'll take it, but it's just so risky, and you can expect pretty much every single arena where you take a Frostwolf Warlord, unless your deck is spectacular, to have a case where he's just a 4/4 for 5 mana at least once. So I'll take Power of the Wild. I like this a lot. It's a really nifty spell. It's good early, it's good late. It's just awesome. Alright, wow, after a lot of Druid runs with no swipes, I have 2 in the first 6 packs. Man, just makes it seem so easy. A bit sad to be passing on a Fen Creeper, but it's no big deal. Wrath is also an easy pick over those mediocre cards we saw there. Okay, well, this is actually an interesting comparison. Druid of the Claw is, I believe, strictly better than Fen Creeper. It's a 4/6 with Taunt for 5, this is a 3/6 with Taunt for 5, and this one can of course also charge. Now, there might be some weird corner case scenario you can think of where the extra power would be worse than the Fen Creeper's 3, but anyway, we'll take the Druid of the Claw there, it's an easy choice. Alright, here the only really good playable card is Acolyte, so we'll take that, although it'd be nice to have some more dominating or imposing 3-drops. Okay, well, Molten Giant I'm just never going to be a big fan of, and this is a really dangerous card. It's almost always going to be just a 3/3 for 3 that might buff your opponent's creatures. So we'll take Force of Nature. It's not quite as good as I think it should be, if that makes any sense, but it's still a decent card. Alright, we could take Moonfire, or we could take a mediocre 3 mana, or this Leper Gnome. So Leper Gnome I'm a bit hesitant to take. It is nice to have some 1-drops in the deck, and that's a pretty good one. But I'm really sort of missing any kind of mid-game. I mean, I have Druid of the Claw, and then I have 2-drops, the Power of the Wild, and then this Acolyte, I mean, it's a card drawer. It's not a particularly imposing board presence. So I don't know, this Farseer can sometimes be good, it rarely impresses me, but I don't want to take any more spells. So I guess we'll take a Leper Gnome for an early 1-drop and hope that the rest of the draft can finish things off. Okay, so do I take a Wild Growth? It really bit me the last time I played Druid. You know what, let's just take a good creature here, the Dark Iron Dwarf, and not go for any crazy shenanigans. Ah, fantastic, Amani Berserker. Good 2-drop, starting to fill things out a little bit. Savage Roar is potentially good. It's a neat combo with Force of Nature. It can burn your opponent out for 12 surprising damage, but I think I need more creatures. Rather than take another 1-drop, let's take this Gnomish Inventor and start to round out our curve a little bit. Alright, Ironbark Protector. Last time I was Druid, I was really sad not to have any of those, so we'll take it there. Oh, jeez, I don't want this stuff. Well, I'll take a Bluegill Warrior as kind of removal. I want 3-drops and 4-drops. You hear that, deck? Yeah, hear that? This is not a 3-drop, but I don't know. I don't have any buffs yet, so I guess I'll take a Wolf. But okay, we need all 3-drops and 4-drops from here on out. All of them, you hear me? Alright, so Sen'jin's good start. 3 mana, can I get some 3 mana cards? Oh, jeez, Ironbark Protector again. Well, since I passed on Innervate and Wild Growth, it feels a little bit dicey to take 2 of these, but this Panda, I don't know. I mean, I can refresh the Divine Shield. That doesn't do anything. That doesn't do anything. I can refresh the Charge. That doesn't do anything. I can get another buff, I guess. Get another card. Charge, if I pick the Charger. Ah, man, this Panda doesn't really synergize. I need 3-drops, Hearthstone. Come on, work with me here. I'm going to take him. I think this deck can't support 2 Ironbarks. All right. Well, I guess I'll take an Abomination, because it looks like I'm going to be falling far behind, and although, well, the Violet Teacher is interesting. It's got a good body, and I do have a fair number of spells. Power of the Wild is nifty, because even if you make the Panther, it still counts as a spell, so you get the 1/1 off of it. I just don't like this card very much, but I might need it to catch up. But then again, relying on this to catch up is kind of sad. We'll take a Violet Teacher. Screw 3-drops. Screw them hard. Do I take a 3rd swipe? Oh, I'll take a 2nd Acolyte. I just need things to play at the 3 mana level. I'll take every 3-drop I see. Oh, Blade Master, perfect. That's exactly what I need. Good. And I need more. More souls. Okay, Spiteful Smith is just a 4/6 for 5 mana. It's kind of like a Druid of the Claw without the taunt or the ability to charge. I'm still considering it though. And let's see, how many 4-drops do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I think this Ogre Magi is tempting. It would be good with Swipe, but I think I need actual creatures. I can't take a 3rd Acolyte, though. That would make my deck way too passive. Okay, we'll take a Spiteful Smith for the stats. And just be sad it's not a Druid of the Claw. Oh, jeez, what is going on with this draft? Okay, I guess, do I take a 3rd 1-drop? Not really. We'll take a Sun Fury Protector there. Oh, my God. Don't need 6 drops. I got 1, 2, 3, 4 pretty big creatures. I guess I could use a 5th. Screw it, we'll take an Argent Squire. If we're not going to have early drops, we'll have late ones. Ah, thank you. Harvest Golem is exactly what I need. Get a nice body here. And I'll take a Geomancer. This is not really a 2-drop. It's more just so that I can play it on the same turn as a Swipe for great, great things. Soul of the Forest. I don't think this deck can support that. We'll take an Innervate. Ugh, wow, what a bad pack. I'll take this just because it's a 3-drop. Honestly, I just need more of a curve. And I guess we'll round things out with the Faceless Manipulator. So that draft went a little bit weird. I feel like simultaneously, like I don't have enough mid-game and like I don't have enough end-game at the same time. Like I just have way too many 2-mana creatures, but I couldn't help it. The draft just kept forcing 2-mana dudes on me. So I'm not that confident, but I'll reserve my judgment. Let's say that. I'll reserve my judgment until we've played a few games. We'll see how it goes, and then we'll see if I like this deck or not. I guess that's just kind of what I end up doing all the time anyway. Like I make a prediction and then I change it or not, depending on how the games go. All right, we're up against a Shaman here, Peter the Great. Ah, nice. The great Russian ruler. And not even a bad draft here. So we got our curve, 1, 2, and coin this out on turn 3, and then we have a 4. Awesome. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and start the game. I just hope he passes on turn 1, and I also hope that this Shaman does not have Forked Lightning, because that will, of course, kill my Wolf and my Leper Gnome. But if he doesn't have Forked Lightning, we'll be in pretty good shape. All right, nothing on turn 1 for him. Excellent. And this Berserker is actually pretty nice to see because it will not die to a Forked Lightning, so I will actually play it rather than the Wolf for that reason. I'm hoping if he makes a totem that it's not the 1/1. I'm hoping if he plays a creature, it's a creature the Leper Gnome can trade with. He makes a totem, please don't be the 1/1. It's not the 1/1. Yes. All right, what I'm gonna do here is actually just kill this totem. I'm not gonna play like an aggro deck or anything. I'm not gonna swing for the face. We'll just take it nice and slow and do what we need to do. Now, I might coin out a 4-drop next turn, or I might just play the Wolf. Just kind of depends on what he plays. All right, so I don't really need the Wolf here, but I would like to save the coin until after I play the Violet Teacher. So I guess the Acolyte of Pain is the answer to all my problems. So we'll trade the Leper Gnome there, deal 2 damage, swing for 2, and we're off to a pretty good start. I would say the opening was a success. My opponent didn't put much pressure out, and I was able to get off to a good start. Now I wouldn't mind seeing the 1/1 totem. Oh geez. Oh geez, that's unfortunate. So, what is the way that we deal with this thing? I could, of course, play the Wolf, use my hero ability, pop the Divine Shield myself, and then have the Berserker trade for the Silvermoon Guardian. A bit sad to do that. But yeah, there's no way, unfortunately, because even with the help of the Wolf, this Acolyte doesn't quite kill the Silvermoon Guardian. Now, I could pop the Divine Shield with the Acolyte, have the Acolyte die, draw a card, and then use the Money Berserker to trade up into the Silvermoon Guardian, but I'd rather keep this on the board. It might be worth more than just a single card. So yeah, what we'll do is this. For the wilds, yes, yes. We know, Malfurion, we know. Get the trade. Alright, still doing alright. Still safe from Forked Lightning, and I wish this were a Druid of the Claw, because it is strictly better, but this is still be pretty good next turn. Puts a pretty big body on the board. He'd have to have Hex to really deal with it effectively. Shamans don't do well at dealing raw damage in high numbers. Ah, another one. Well, this one actually is a little bit tricky for me to deal with, unfortunately, because I could pop Divine Shield, then I have to use Hero Ability and the Wolf in order to kill this damn thing. Ballsacks. Shit. Well, I could do something wacky, like I could play the Violet Teacher, coin, and then Sun Fury Protector. I think that's what it's gonna have to be, folks. So I get a dude off the coin.
I am ready.
And then I'll drop the Sun Fury Protector right in here. So now these guys have taunt. Now we're gonna swing for 4 more damage. So I've got him, I got a third of his life eaten away, pretty imposing board. Lightning Storm would let him kill everything. Well, coin flip on the Acolyte and the Sun Fury Protector. And then the Silver Moon Guardian could finish the Violet Teacher off. But if he doesn't have a Lightning Storm, I might be alright. We'll see. 6 mana, of course, is always a scary time because this is where Fire Elementals start coming down. Good thing I put the taunt on both of these because now he still has to deal with this little dude before the Silver Moon Guardian can wreak havoc on my actually valuable creatures. So does he have a way to deal 1 damage is the question. Wow, that was one of the best Sun Fury Protectors I have ever seen, at least on my end. Because it really, I mean, it saves my creatures. It saves my, he probably would have told my wolf with the Silver Moon Guardian's Divine Shield. Now he has to pop it against this Dumb Apprentice. Unless he has some stupid bad card like Elven Archer or Iron Forge Rifleman. Arcane Golem. Alright, he's giving me a mana crystal. That's fine. I might even be able to use it. So he's going to clear out the 1/1, kill the wolf. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. So the question is, do I use the Force of Nature here? I don't think so. I think it's a lot better if I play the Gnomish Inventor and the Blade Master. But always draw cards first. So let's kill off this owl. Draw a card. Ironbark Protector. Okay, well I can't play it yet, but because of this Arcane Golem giving me an extra crystal, I will be able to play this a turn early, which is huge. Now, if I play Force of Nature, hang on. Force of Nature would let me kill off. It'd basically be 6 mana to kill off his creatures. But I could still kill off his creatures if I just trade my creatures in. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and make a Gnomish Inventor, see what we get. Panda, yes, I think I will actually use the Panda. So let's trade the Sun Fury Protector there. And use the Violet Teacher there. And I could Panda the Violet Teacher back. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna reclaim the Violet Teacher. No, you know what? That's dumb. That's greedy. That's really greedy. We'll just play a Blade Master and call it a day. Because I'm not going to play her back anytime soon. I'm playing the Ironbark Protector next turn almost certainly, so it would be a very greedy move to put this back into my hand. Alright, he gets the 1/1 totem. In a way, that's a good thing. It lets me turn this into a card. So yes, here's what we'll do. I'll draw a card over here. Geomancer, that's interesting. I'll use that later. We'll trade there. And we'll play the Ironbark Protector. So now, if he has a Hex, he could still be alright, but if he doesn't have a Hex, he's going to be in a lot of trouble. Even if he has a Hex, I'm still way ahead on cards. It's 5 cards to 5 cards. We both have the same number of cards in the hand. I'm about to draw my 6th, and I have 3 on the board, one of which is an 8/8 with taunt. So Hex Ignis is just like only the beginning of what he needs to do. Alright, well it would be kind of annoying to have to spend 8 damage killing this dumb Warden. These guys are only 6 damage, and the Blade Master would die because of how I chose to distribute damage. I could have left them both at 2 health, but I thought protect, against Forked Lightning, protect against Lightning Storm, and as it is, I end up regretting that. I don't really want to kill him against Mogishan Warden. Now, are there any other ways I could deal with it? Well, I could play Kobold Geomancer. Wrath would then deal 4 damage, get it down to 3 health, and then Hero Ability. I don't know. Seems kind of silly. You know what? Screw it. I will do this. Slow and steady wins the race. We'll do this, this, this. And Spiteful Smith. Hero Ability. For the Wild. Yes, yes. And sure, I'll replace my Gnomish Inventor with a Panda. Okay, so he didn't have a Hex last turn, or he clearly would have used it, so if this is not a top deck Hex, this guy should be good. And I've got a lot of damage on the field, plus a Force of Nature for the potential burnout. Could I have won last turn? I could have dealt 2, 4, 6, 8, or no, 12 damage. I could have dealt 12 damage last turn. Well, he got a taunt. That is probably what he was hoping for, but it makes no difference because think I actually have enough damage to kill him even, like, without the Force of Nature. Well, that was a pretty easy game. So I guess my opinion of my deck improves after that game. I suppose this deck really could use a little bit more endgame, couldn't it? Force of Nature doesn't really count. All I really have is the Druid, the Manipulator, the Smith, the Sunwalker, and the Protector. So that's 5 cards at 5 mana or more. Could be more, although they are all pretty imposing. It's not like I have any, like, you know, Gadgets and Auctioneers or Azure Drakes or something that, like, is a 4/4 body at 5 mana, though those are all, like, pretty beefy cards. Well, the Faceless Manipulator might not be, but the other 4 are all quite beefy and difficult for opponents to bring down, so I don't necessarily have to draw too many of them to win. I'm more concerned about my lack of really imposing 3 or 4 drops. Up against a Hunter Joseph. Nice biblical name here. Alright. Starting off with Innervate, which is normally a good thing, except I don't know what to Innervate, really. Okay. You know what? We're going to keep this hand. And we'll see what I draw. I might Innervate a Harvest Golem, although I have said in the past, don't Innervate 3 drops. The Harvest Golem is pretty good, and then I can put Mark of the Wild on it on turn 2 to make it a 4/5... I mean, it's basically a Chillwind Yeti, just in 2 cards rather than 1. Timberwolf. So I could just coin to kill this Timberwolf. You know, no, let's stick to the plan. We'll Innervate a Harvest Golem and call it a day. So the Harvest Golem will make fine pickings for this wolf. So I did go down a card playing Innervate, but I'm about to get the card back by killing the wolf, so it's all good in the hood. It's all good in the hood. Crocolisk, alright. Alright, well, I think we'll just kill the wolf. Although, hang on, I could Hero Ability. If I Hero Ability, I can't use Mark of the Wild, so I can't kill off the Crocolisk if I Hero Ability up. Yeah, so what we'll do is we'll kill the wolf like this. And yeah, I'll play Mark of the Wild on Mr. Golem over here. So I went up a card killing, or I went down a card playing Innervate. I got back killing the wolf. I went back down playing Mark of the Wild, but I might go back up if I kill this River Crocolisk. So we'll see how that works out for me. I'm not a big fan of seeing both of these Acolytes here. It's good for card draw, but it's not good for, you know, wresting control of the board. Demolisher. Well, I'm pretty happy to see that. It's just going to die right away, so alright. Could play the Dark Iron Dwarf, but that doesn't seem very useful. Let's just kill off the Demolisher and play the Acolyte. So the Acolyte threatens to draw a card off the Crocolisk and live to tell about it. If he plays a multi-shot here, the Golem will regenerate and the Acolyte will draw me a card. He does not have multi-shot, so that's good. He killed off... Oh, I see. Mad Bomber's an interesting choice when your opponent has an Acolyte in play, but I guess I can forgive him for that, because he is also threatening to kill the Harvest Golem, but he doesn't get the kill on it. That did not quite hit the mark. You know, I like the whoops emote for Hunters, because it captures something that I wish there was an emote for, which is like, that was really bad luck. And there isn't one. Sometimes you want to say that was bad luck, and you don't really want to be saying oops. Anyway, I think I could play the Dark Iron Dwarf, but I could also just play the Wolf and achieve much the same thing. So yeah, we'll do the Wolf. Now the Acolyte will trade against the Mad Bomber. Draw me a card. A Rifleman. Oh, well, I put it in the deck, so I guess I'll draw it at some point, huh? Awkward moment here, because I want to play the Sunfury Protector, so the right of the Wolf. So it gets the buff, but I don't really want the Wolf to have Taunt. I guess it doesn't really matter that much right now, so I will just put it over here and swing for 5. So I'd say the opening was a smashing success. My Innervate Golem Gambit, I'm not sure if it was the correct play, but it definitely worked out. So I am way ahead. I'm like actually stupendously ahead right now, because he's got 4 cards in his hand to my 5 in hand. One of them is the coin, but I'm about to draw a 5th, and I have board presence and he doesn't, so it's pretty spectacular. All right, well, this Golem is continuing to truck. I could play the Rifleman and ping off this Imp, and then Hero Ability plus the Sunfury Protector will kill off the Imp Master. Well, might as well make the most use of a bad card as I can. So my opponent really needs an you know what? I shouldn't have done this. I messed up. Everything here dies to Explosive Trap. I really shouldn't have done that. I should have played a Dwarf for the Spiteful Smith, left his Imp alive or something. I got bamboozled, framdoozled by this Ironforge Rifleman, like, not being completely terrible. But the fact that he can play an Explosive Trap and just kill up everything I have is not something I should have opened myself up to. Now I get lucky he happens not to have the Explosive Trap, so can I win right here? It's worth checking, so actually this makes it even more likely. So this is 4, 6... Oh, wait, no. I can squeeze him in between the wolves. So this is actually 5, 7, 10, 12, 17. Actually, even without that little trick, it's still enough. But just for educational purposes, here's how you do it when you have charged creatures. You first attack with the one that's already next to the wolf. Then you insert the new one in between the wolf. And then you get an extra use of the wolf's buff. And that, as they say, is that. So Joseph the Hunter goes down, and okay, that was 2 really strong wins, so I'm feeling pretty happy about this deck. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, please consider liking the video and or subscribing to my channel to help me out. And if you want to see how this run ends, this extremely promising looking Druid run, then stay tuned, because the rest of the games are going to be coming up shortly. I'll see you in just a bit.